holding on to that hopium.
I respect it.
Wow, that was okay.
I respect it, man.
All right, chat. Well, we see what you got. We'll see if you get what you want in this match. We have it GENG versus NRG on the field. Lemon, Spaceman. Let's see what we got.
Look, Chad, I respect it. The NRG boys and gals and NBs are going to be there, regardless of who you are and where you're watching this team. But let's get into it, because off the opening kickoff, it was GENG last time. The one thing you're not going to get is probably a lot of defensive mistakes. I say that. It's just good spacing from GENG. They start off 1-0.
I mean, just like the Furious series, GENG struck 2 goals within 8 seconds. How about 1 within 11? But, you know, there is the NRG with their win over Dignitas. They've helped themselves a lot when it comes to the World's qualifications. Now only a little bit behind Dignitas, so keep an eye on that World's qualification, y'all, because it's the last split to get it done. I'm seeing Chronic get it done. He has the reset, dodges, well, barely dodges the bump from Garrett. Ball still removed from GENG's hands, although the midfield is theirs. Noli misses that touch. Time for a counterattack by NRG.
NRG coming into the split with around 39 points, just 10 behind Dig and a few more behind SSG. So they're one of the teams that are going to have to make a push for top 6 in NA. They want to get a good chance to make that world spot, which we know Garrett absolutely wants to do. But the pressure is just too much to start. It's relentless. It's consistent. Off the top bar, Chronic parks the bus, sets it up nicely, and you get a triple commit from Garrett as everybody else falls off the play and GENG find their second.
GENG knew how to cut through the right side, and consistency, when you think about that, you think about GENG. Just like in the previous series, other teams usually have to come back from a deficit, but NRG is a tougher challenge. Chronic, his shot stopped by Garrett. Justin, with the recovery, has 2 GENG members in front of him, can't seem to find the space. Noli up into the air. Don't think he had enough boost, they're just too slow to the ball. Either way, still waiting for NRG to strike back.
It really is a new NRG when everybody's on the Fennec. Don't see it too often, but Justin with no boost, we've seen that a couple of times, what he can do, the magic he can make. And back to the midfield, it's contested for the moment. The poke free from Jack, but it will be off the post. And as it ricochets around to the corner, should be a possession here for NRG. And they will try to escape for the moment, but Noli hunting underneath, just waiting and biding time before, again, the cut down the midfield. We've seen this time and time again, how good GENG can be. But we just kind of play boom ball here, give it possession right back.
Just good pre-jumps from Jack. It's NRG can't even take to the skies without someone from GENG being there and ready. Dumped downfield for GENG. Recovery by NRG. Right back where it belongs, to the orange end. Jack not letting this center out. It's corner control for GENG. Garrett from the midfield steps up to take a shot. Saved by Noli.
Now quickly the counterattack blossoms on the other end as well. You get 1 save and immediate clear. GENG doing what they do best, and NRG now trying to slow the roll here on defense. Big clear from Justin, and Noli comes up for the challenge. Justin follows through with no boost, keeps the play alive, wins the corner. Garrett's in rotation, Squishy with him. You can combine here if you need to. Numbers are up, the press begins. GENG looking for the infield pass as Appjack pops it high.
Yeah, I like that Chronic passed it to the side. Keep possession for GENG. 2 on the left side for NRG. GENG want to complete these passes to just get through. Strike down, saved by Squishy. GENG keep themselves involved and now giving up. Chronic having to fall back. Here's the pressure from NRG. Dangerous touch by Jack. Garrett knows to go for the punish, misses. Squishy as someone, a friend in the box, and it gets redirected away. As here comes the counterattack.
You got to be careful on those double commits on the left wall, because GENG will not waste a lot of time with the recenter. And Noli's going to find Chronic into the corner. Back to Appjack. Great touches here from GENG. And looking for the double tap, but it won't be there. Nice backboard defense from NRG. Again, the pop-ups are tough. You're burning a lot of boost if you're NRG to clear this away. Luckily, you've gotten both back pads, and with those 2 demos from Squishy, a power play begins. NRG try to push upfield, but Appjack cuts it down.
Double demos from NRG, but as they come up, they stand tall, and GENG find an open net.
You get 2 demos, and Appjack gives it to Chronic. Chronic was overextending upfield from the goal line, and it's things like that that make it difficult to play against this team. You're thinking, all right, we got an open field in front of us, there's space, 2 members down, and GENG say, guess what? There's a shot on your net, and you better open your eyes, because it's a 3-0 lead and 1:35 to play. NRG looked okay at the midfield, but there really hasn't just been a lot of offense for them.
Jack winning these 50s helps GENG just have so many more opportunities. Now Chronic catches this. Noli, didn't want to go steal the corner boost, but NRG chasing this down. Jack is going to need some assistance. He's just getting bullied and shoved around. Garrett steals that back. Squishy flicks it above. Justin in the corner. Garrett in the box. Jack getting hit in the net. Garrett for the cleanup. Chronic saves again. And Noli wants to get this out.
I mean, how many times are we going to see the last member back for NRG lose a 50, miss on the touch? Big whiff from Chronic, but free space here for GENG. And they'll leave on a slow floater back to the center box, but Garrett tries to escape upfield. Justin will stay for the moment. Back flips into the corner. He had 40 seconds. It's a bit of time, not much. That help from GENG might give Justin an opportunity to clear through, but nobody else is pushed up. There's not a lot of pressure here. Finally, Squishy makes his move and immediately taken away. Every time NRG have something upfield, it's countered and pushed back out. The ball is clear, and GENG have all the space to close this one out.
NRG were low on boost, had to stabilize. The counterattack from GENG. Do you really need more? You're up 3-0. Jack almost got the pass, tipped up by the defense. Squishy just needs to get, not needs to, but wants to get one. Just so this big old donut from NRG is not sticking out on your screen. GENG came in swinging for the fences and hit a home run in game one.
I mean, look, the offense existed for NRG to an extent, but it was very simplistic. It was one-dimensional. Try to work to the corner, find an infield pass, and hope that the 50s from GENG don't punish you. On the other side, the counterattacks have been what they've been. GENG showed it against Furia. They repeat the process here against NRG, and you find yourself in a very similar situation, Leaf, where GENG just look way too good at the midfield, and NRG don't have enough creatively to get out of that hole.
It sucks because, again, I think as most of us, we'd love to see NRG back to form, but sometimes some of the plays I watch and I'm like, who's playing right now? Do they know where they're going? But then sometimes they have great plays, right? It looks like it's there. But again, as I mentioned before this, it's not overly confidence building. I want them to win, and hopefully they can turn it around. You know, they're smart players, but GENG, they are also very smart players that know how to adjust throughout a series. So if NRG does kick back, this could be still GENG's game because they'll adjust for sure. I'll give you a quick update. I'm sure you'll be looking for those right now.
What's going on, bud?
FaZe Clan did take down Space Station in their game one. And we also have, or not surprisingly, and Complexity taking down Version 1. Version 1 is a roster, again, I think this may be taking some time, but that's a powerhouse roster, if you think about it, that's not completely delivering, I think, on their potential yet.
It's going to take time for sure. Like, we got a taste of it during the crew battles this week. Granted, it's different than a straight best of 5 of traditional RLCS gameplay, but that is a team that's probably going to be competing with FaZe Clan for #1 in NA pretty quickly. Like, FaZe should be favorites to make a grand finals appearance here this weekend. GENG trying to get back to form there. Top 3 in NA. You could be arguing GENG, FaZe, and V1 not in that order, but that's the talent we have currently in this region, and how good it's going to get throughout this entire spring split, it's yet to be seen, but I'm excited to watch it unfold. Into game number 2 on Forbidden Temple, NRG desperately looking for their first goal here in the series before GENG try to strike hot on the other side.
NRG fans are chilling. No longer chilling.
No, they're not.
No. Okay, the first goal for GENG took 11 seconds in the last game. This one, a little bit more than 30. Oh, that pass to Jack to the left corner. I was going to say before that happened, NRG fans are chilling because in the Dignitas game, they got shut out Deja Vu 3-0 by Dignitas, but then came back to win the next 3. Yeah, it took 2 overtimes, but a win's a win. But how do NRG get their first goal? It's a redirect from the midfield. Disgusting 1-1 tie.
Nice little introduction to the RLCS there. A great job on the cast to curse, but it gives it one right back. Love it. Welcome in. And guess what? NRG have their first goal of the series. Everybody, get the hopium back out. We're back, baby. NRG is back into this game, and maybe that's a sign of things to come, right? The offense, a little bit more lenient at the midfield, but suddenly a poke free and a goal there by Squishy, and a chance now for NRG to build upon this, as Justin will try to play it free in a 1v1, gets around Chronic, never mind. Chronic puts the hands up and clears it to the side wall.
I think Justin just needs more help on the front lines. In the last play, the last offense didn't have a second person to push up, and I mean, the G stands for go. Garrett will pull off the solo plays. Justin will too. They've been together for a long time. They know how to win. At least they used to. But in terms of at least connecting on the front, still waiting to be seen. At least that pass in the midfield caught GENG off guard. 1-1 tie. Chronic waits for the Justin approach. 50 a little bit to the side. GENG keeps it out. Garrett to Squishy. Double commit in the net saves.
And you bring up a good point just a couple of moments ago, right? Like having one member up for NRG is big, but having multiple members up, having an extra hand just to put a shot towards the net, win a rebound, find another center, win a 50, get back into rotation is huge. NRG didn't have a lot of it back in game one, but into Forbidden Temple, things have changed. Justin's gonna have to make this save, and he will. Leaves it to Squishy, the teammates, the tandem, the duality, as he finds his way to the midfield and space to work. Chronic can't cut down. Garrett, great shot. Double commit on the pinch. Diving save for GENG as they get back out, and the counterattack is always so deadly. GENG from apparently Jack with the lead.
Jack. It's Jack. He's cracked. 2-0. Both goals. Sorry, not 2-0, 2-1, but 2 goals for Jack himself. That offense sparked up by him almost every single time. You gotta watch out for him. And I mean, it's GENG that are doing also all the demoing, so whatever physicality that NRG have to match, gotta fight back. Jack sends it down. Tenoli misses that pass. The midfield crosses, transitions. Garrett just pushing out to save. Back passes from GENG just to hold on to possession.
Every time NRG move upfield, they're hitting them with a draw 4, and GENG's like, yeah, Uno reverse. How do you feel about that now? Because the counterattacks have been just disgusting, and if this is a sign of things to come for GENG this weekend, I'd be scared if I'm every team in North America. Double commit. There's the save towards the ceiling. Appjack still roaming. Noli threatening, and the press still up for GENG. Here comes Chronic flying into the play, but the NRG will get it back out to Squishy, who just leaves it back into the play. You need to keep numbers up here.
Garrett and Justin had the fallback for boost, uninvolved. The Squishy had to buy time, now cycling, rotating forward. Is Garrett and friends that want to hold on to this momentum up in the air. Justin at least wants to move Chronic out of the way, bump him out. Squishy with a box set up, no one there to connect. At least you're having this more forward positioning from NRG to try to get these passes through the gaps of GENG. But with 90 seconds remaining, GENG are only up by 1.
And here's the pressure that NRG were looking for in game one. They didn't have, right? A couple of misses on the defensive end through the corner for GENG, but they're keeping the defense at bay. They're forcing that respect on the goal line. That demo's huge. Now you just have to find the clear. Squishy can't get it out. The demo from Appjack clears lane, and Chronic finds the goal.
I said watch out for Jack, not because you have to demo him. He's demoing you. Misses that, goes towards the net, takes it out. Red carpet right to the net. 3-1. Just when you thought you were in the shadow of GENG, they just keep on running past you. As NRG had a quick answer at the start of this first half. Nothing yet. Garrett dropped down. Really good setup, but better read by GENG to get there before the pass could. Garrett looking for the corner bounce. Chronic redirects it. Justin keeps it in the orange half. But GENG's defense is just a step ahead of NRG. NRG just have to step forward and bully their way through. Garrett to the back wall. No one there to react.
Now, the defense has met the challenge for GENG, but they haven't had to work overtime to clear the ball away. Maybe a minute. Squishy was looking for the triple tap. There it is. Almost close enough. NRG start to press. They have to keep this one alive to Squishy. The pass, the shot. NRG down by 1.
The patience, the delay to see if the defense was gonna make a mistake. That, we're waiting for his friend to get out of the right place at the right time. Usually, you don't have time to think about that, but they did, and NRG keep themselves within 1 with 31 seconds left. Garrett and Justin lead that charge. Besties for life, but Squishy there. Third man back, rotates in. Garrett waits. How GENG reacts. Up on the wall, NRG putting a stop to GENG. Now it's the fight Squishy needs to do, but just can't seem to really form a threatening presence.
Hold on, you might need a power friendship to get this one possible. Squishy falls off, Noli trying to clear it to the corner. It's gonna bounce sharply. Garrett on the center, very, very strong pinch at that. And it will touch. It looks promising, but it just won't be there. Close in the end, but not close enough. A 2-0 lead now. A 3-2 victory on Forbidden Temple. GENG are on series point, and NRG still trying to fight back.
Both goals for Jack, both goals for Justin. Chronic with 1. Yeah, just, I think we already spoke about it for NRG's offense. They have a good setup. Follow-up isn't quick enough for GENG. think that just that much faster. But Leaf,
82 points, man.
we haven't checked in on the sub match. You didn't tell us about the result of that one.
I didn't because I didn't want to. No, we have some. Sorry, I'm a little sassy. We have some results right now, and it's not going good for your boy Money. But for Optic is going good right now. They took game 1, and they're currently with a minute left in game 2, up 3-0 against Sup. Wow. Sup's not having have the best of time against them. They've only got 1 goal in this series so far compared to the 6 of Optic Gaming. Complexity on match point up against version 1. Version 1 looks like they're just testing out flip reset after flip reset. So hopefully start working together a little bit more. And then of course, FaZe Clan dominating Space Station right now. Like it's not even close.
Yeah. I mean, I know that is the story here. It's like V1 still getting acclimated to this point in the spring. It's going to take him a couple of series, right? FaZe doing FaZe things. The standout for me is Garrett G, of course, being very recently and for a long, prolonged period of time, which is the same way of saying that sentence twice, the best player on NRG as of late, and he had 82 points in that last game. So clearly the offense needs to get him more involved. His presence is sorely missed right now in this series. And if he can turn it around, that might be the positive. That might be what kicks NRG into high gear and gives them a real chance to get back into this series. But right now, they're losing on the counterattacks, and the offense just hasn't met the match. The great pass in field ricochets off the post, and we'll play it off the backboard. NRG trying to clear.
Just NRG. The fans praying for that with Squishy in a 1v2. Thanks Precision for not hitting him in the net, because that was probably going to go in if it was. But NRG to the corner. Garrett takes corner boost. Justin overwhelmed by 2, robbed of his own ball, doesn't have time to think. And then NRG, if they can slow down the play, they're a team that can execute. But just GENG plays so fast. Look at this pass, Chronic down low. And it's first one for GENG.
Off the sidewall from Noli and puts it on a platter. Eats it around Squishy. Tried to hit the reset, couldn't get in front of the ball. And that's that counterattack yet again. How quickly it starts. Justin has to fall back into the net and can't get anywhere close. A 1-0 lead for GENG. Yet again, it always seems like whether it's the Furious series or this one back-to-back, it's been GENG have a lead. Whether it's off the kickoff or a counterattack that very easily gets them involved. Follow-ups there. Garrett gets in front and does so sparingly. He'll try to give it away, and they'll fall through into the corner. Pressure here. Justin can't make the read, but I like the pre-jump regardless. Appjack up to the ceiling. More numbers up.
That kickoff was no joke. I mean, Noli is just as cranky as Leaf is. Demos off of kickoff, takes corner boost, and they almost just scored right there. GENG used to being in the lead. Justin catches his shot easily. Garrett prepares for the counterattack. Squishy collides in the corner. NRG have the space. 1v2 though. Justin is at least trying to scoop the ball up or the boost. Do something to confuse GENG. Justin reset. Look at that flick. Jack catches it at the goal line.
And that's good patience from Jack. He's a great defender, and he knows that it's not going left post. Just sit, wait, and bide your time. Like the offensive creativity there from NRG, but better defense on the other side. A lot of time burned here in game 3. Sometimes Rocket the games feel like they can get drawn out. Other times you look up and 2 minutes have gone by and not much has happened. It's been a 1-0 lead the majority of this game. Chronic plays it on the back pass. Appjack back to center box. You got Noli upfield. Chronic trying to find him in transition. And a 1-2 give and go. Chronic leaving it for Appjack. 2 touches on this one, and the swing downfield is good, but GENG still fighting for their placements as Garrett slows it. At least it's Squishy. The half flick won't be there. Clear from GENG, and a good one at that.
NRG starting to catch up to these passes that GENG like to do in the box, and with that demo, even NRG bringing the physicality. 3-on-2 though, they've abandoned the ball. Garrett has to step up. He had the boost to work with. Jack puts it to the corner. Squishy misses his opportunity. Justin stuffed into the locker. Squishy involved, and it's the retreat from NRG with a minute 46, only down by 1. But you need boost to make this happen, as Squishy will have to leave. And it's GENG that clear.
I mean, NRG get upfield, they get 1 or 2 good looks, and then they have to fall back and play defense. And that has been the constant washing machine cycle of this squad so far in this game. in this series. It has not been a lot of prolonged offense upfield. Noli with the takeaway. Noli was spaced for days off the backboard. Great stop by Justin to put a hand up, but Appjack comes in and plays it off the ceiling. Justin with the low clear. Noli recenters. Garrett flies out of the play and gets back in time. The pressure continues. GENG throwing everything and the kitchen sink and the water in it at this defense.
But this NRG defense is the Titanic. It's just sinking, but somehow denied every shot from GENG and keep themselves in a winnable position. It's off the cross. Justin controls around Noli. Chronic misses the boost. Now to Squishy. Soft shot.
Huge
Justin
save.
with the redirect. Big save. Garrett, ball bounced right in front of the box, and Squishy waits for his moment to push up, but it's the counterattack from GENG, and we know how lethal this can be. NRG can't afford that.
You needed that clear at midfield. That was a mistouch by NRG. They needed that redirect. Squishy burns all the boost, thinking about giving it to Garrett, but it's a little bit too long to develop. I like the call, just not the timing. Noli with the clear. 15 seconds to play. Garrett playing it low to the corner. The 50 win's been there. Huge pinch from Justin. Here comes Squishy. The center to Justin again. It's possible. We're still looking for the equalizer. Game clock turned off. 4 seconds now. Big clear by GENG. Just trying to kill this one where it stands and end this series in a sweet fashion. And now you got to keep it up. You get one swing.
It's up to Garrett and Squishy. Noli with the challenge. 50 down to the ground. And GENG take a swift, dominant 3-0 over the boys of NRG. I'm sorry, Chad. I know you're 63% of you thought they could get it done, but hey, impressive. It was almost a comeback until it wasn't.
It was almost a comeback until it wasn't. That is the beautiful way to round out how this series went, because it was almost the offense until it wasn't. It was almost the counterattacks until it wasn't. And here's your Mobile One High Performance Replay brought to you by Mobile One. And look, the kickoffs were great for GENG, but again, the story so far for this team, for the fall major champions, for regional champions, for contenders of North America, has been the potency of their counterattacks and how quickly they find one another